Don't you hate it when you do something stupid and you end up wasting a bunch of time? Well, that's what I did. Stay tuned, find out what I did. Hey guys, Phil here at Woods Tree Farm. I'm over here in the sunflower patch, or what was the sunflower patch. You can see all of those flowers are done growing. They're starting to dry out, and there's a whole bunch. I don't know if you end up seeing them fly around, but a whole bunch of goldfinches flying all around, eating the sunflower seeds, and that's awesome. So today what I'm working on is a bunch of odds and ends as we start to both plan for next year, and also we have to do a little bit of work to get ready for this fall. This fall we're going to plant 1,000 trees over behind the camera that way. I'm starting to think about right now how I'm going to make our flower plot for next year bigger and better. So what I started on here today is tilling a little bit of the soil here, and I'm just tilling right through the tall grass and everything. Some of you guys might say that's not the best thing to do, but I'm just tilling through it all, and my plan is to come back in about a week or two and spray any grasses that are coming up, and then throw down some ryegrass to build this soil over the winter. So what I'm going to do today is finish tilling this a little bit. I'm expanding about 15 feet this way, and then actually it's more than that, it's about 20 feet. I'm expanding about 20 feet this way, and then I'm going to expand the plot down on the lower end over there about another 20 feet that way. So all in all, that'll make this whole thing about 25 to 30% bigger than it was this year, and that's my plan for next year. So today I'm going to finish tilling this, then I'm going to bush hog all of the flowers, and then we're just going to let this chill out here for a week or two. We'll come back and spray it, and then another week after that we'll throw down some seed. So that's what's going to come up in the next couple videos here as far as it relates to our sunflower patch. If you want to go back and see some previous videos, I'll put one right up here in the corner that just highlights like an overview of what we did with sunflowers and how we use sunflowers to make a little bit of money for our farm. Let me show you the dumb thing that I just did. I actually wasn't even going to end up videoing any of this tilling work. But since I made this dumb mistake, I'll show you this, then I'll finish tilling, I'll show you that. I'll show you the food plots that we put in last weekend. There's just so many updates. So there's a lot of things that I didn't film recently. So on that note, there were 3 food plots that we put in last weekend for deer season. I'll show you what they look like. One of them is just over here. And so stick around, we're gonna have some fun. Bunch of odds and ends. I got some other farm updates I want to share with you guys. So here we go. So here's the dumb thing that I did. I had this black water line sitting out here. This was an extra long piece that I took off. I ended up not using it most of the season, and I just threw it over here in the grass, forgot about it. This grass grew up, I didn't see it, and it got all wrapped up in my tiller right there. So I'm gonna come in here with a knife, see if I can't cut that thing out. Looks like it's wrapped around at least a good 15, 18 times. That might be a pain. So let's see how it goes. Alright, so maybe I found a reason why I shouldn't be tilling in this tall grass. It's all wrapped around the spindle. It has nothing to do with that black pipe because there's just as much over on the other side. With that much grass wrapped around the spindle, that's going to prevent the tiller from getting as deep as it should be getting. And I'm not going to be nearly as effective in doing this as I want to be. Alright, so next time I do this, we'll come through and we'll mow all the grass down first. If you're a new subscriber, or if this is your first time here on the channel checking out one of our videos, welcome. Thanks for checking us out, and I hope you contribute and make this interactive by hitting that like button if you're enjoying the video, and leave us a comment down below and let us know what you think about what we're doing out here. And of course, if you got questions or anything, I answer everything that comes through, so leave that below as well. And I'm gonna get back to work here now. The tiller's all cleaned out. Let's see how it runs. I got another couple passes over here, and we're gonna go to the lower section of the plot over that way, and then I'll show you a few other things around the farm. So now you get the idea. Last year's sunflower patch, well, sunflowers and zinnias together, occupied a space that was about 60 feet wide by 130 feet long. So it was pretty close to a quarter acre. I've expanded it by basically 20 feet on each side, which I haven't done the math yet, but that'll put us probably just shy of a half an acre, between a third and a half. So anyway, that's our plan for next year, is just to kind of make it slightly bigger. Let me show you the food plots. So we did 3 micro size food plots. One of them's right next to me. Right next to the sunflower patch, just over here, this area between me and the tractor was tilled last weekend. We spread lime, we spread fertilizer, and we spread 2 different seed mixes that are just going to give us a little buffet of greenery in here through the winter. I can actually see a bunch of deer tracks through here. I know deer walk through this part of the property pretty routinely. There's obviously our pond over there for water. There's some good bed down area over that way, and I think they travel to neighboring properties through here as well. But you can see everything's starting to come up nice. We got a couple little rain showers last week, so we've got some beans, we've got some oats, we've got some brassicas, radishes, turnips, and other things in here. So this is all doing exactly what we want it to do. So I've got 2 other plots about this same size, this little micro plot I'm calling it, and I still have my bigger, still not big by any standard, but I've got a quarter acre plot in the back of the property, and then even further back from that I made another small plot like this, and then over in the hidden field, which is just over this way, we've got power lines right here, and that's our property boundary. Down the power line trail, there's our little section of the hidden field where I've done some drainage work. If you haven't seen that, I'll leave a link to that video up here. That hidden field historically has been really wet. I've done some drainage work over there. It has improved things, so I decided to go ahead and try to plant some stuff over there. So same kind of seed mix that I did over here, same soil prep, same everything that I did over here, I did in each of the other plots as well. I didn't film any of that last weekend. I had my friends out here working, and we were just thinking about getting the work done and not thinking about making videos. So anyway, just wanted to give you an update that these are in, they're growing, they're doing what we want them to do, and now we just got to keep the grass and the weeds from taking them over so that they are successful through this winter and providing a food source for our deer. Now this is the hidden field plot, and it's coming in real nice, and it's kind of triangle shaped, and fills in this whole area up here. This area is a little bit higher ground than everything over next to that tree, and that way is a little bit lower. And last week when we were planting, that was all a little bit soft, so we didn't go down that far with it. So you can just see there's grasses down there now. I'll come back through and mow that and keep that mowed through the season, and then let this plot area grow up. A lot of updates out here on the farm. There's just a lot to do for the next several weeks, next couple months really, and the rest of this year as we prep for the Christmas season. We're going to do a fall planting, and then we're starting to think about next year, obviously. So I've actually got here a spreadsheet, because who doesn't like a good spreadsheet of basically every weekend we've got left. That's probably not going to show up well on there, but every weekend we've got left. Yes, we primarily only work out here on the weekends. We have other jobs outside of the farm during the day. So as we schedule out all the remaining weekends for the rest of the year, and we list out all the things that we want to do, the weekends fill up in a hurry. So I'm just going to make sure I didn't miss anything when I mentioned to you earlier what we got going on. There's a couple things related to firewood. I am trying to start a little bit of a firewood business and sell some firewood. I've shared several videos on that before. I've got some pallets in the truck that I just picked up today that I'm going to use to make my little firewood stand. I actually just picked up a few of these things. These firewood bags are what I'm going to be using to create my bundles. I picked up 100 of these that I found on Amazon. It actually ended up shipping from Harris Seeds. That's a big supplier of seed and other home garden and farm related stuff. But anyway, it wasn't labeled as Harris Seed when I bought it from Amazon. I ended up getting it a little bit cheaper on Amazon because of free shipping. If I bought it directly from Harris Seed, it was like 16 or 18 bucks shipping. So anyway, the cost in those bags, because I know some of you guys are curious, is going to be about 57 cents a bag, which is a little bit higher than I want to be as far as like the cost cost per bundle, but whatever. It's gonna make my life a little bit easier rather than trying to wrap bundles with plastic or tying them up with twine or anything else. So anyway, that's firewood. So there's gonna be a couple videos coming up of me building the firewood stand, doing some bundling, and hopefully starting to move a little bit of firewood out of here. I've got that new 40-gallon 3-point sprayer that I want to hook up and use. I haven't used it yet. I haven't calibrated it, haven't used it, so looking forward to putting that to use. I've got these food plots that I want to spray. I know I've mentioned that, and I want to spray the grasses that are on the trees. You can see them over there behind the truck. The grasses are just crazy. We got so much rain in August, and we continue to get just a little bit of rain every week, which is great for the trees, great for the food plots, but it's making the grass grow like crazy. So anyway, we're going to be using some spray on the trees to try to cut down on our mowing work, because we got a long list of stuff to do, and I don't got time to mow. All right, as we get into September, I've got, well, we're in September. I've got more prep work to do to lay out my rows for fall planting. I mentioned early in the video here that we've got 1,000 trees coming in for the fall, so I'm gonna be working on that. We've got to start thinking about Christmas time, so we've got to set up our tree lot. We'll be working on that in an upcoming video. Stacy's gonna be doing something with wreaths that she makes. We've got to come up with a stand to display the wreaths. We've got just a whole bunch of things to consider. So that's the kind of stuff that I've got on my list here for upcoming weekends. Hopefully the weather cooperates with us and we'll get a lot of good weather and good productive weekends out here, because like I said, there's just a lot to do and we need every bit of time that we can get. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of our videos and keep up with all those things I just mentioned, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well so you can get notifications and whatnot of our future videos. That's all for today, guys. If you got questions or comments, leave those below. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.